Hey everyone, it's Caslo, and welcome back to my channel. It's time for the first segment of my RPG Club playthrough of the classic Game Boy Advanced RPG, Golden Sun. But before we get started, what is the RPG Club? I've been an avid listener of the podcast The RPG Years, and its predecessor podcast The RPG Golden Years, and RPG The After Years. The podcast focuses on RPG reviews and news. They regularly do a community event known as the RPG Club. Imagine a book club, but for RPGs. They break up a community-chosen RPG into digestible chunks, usually about 5 hours, and discuss those segments every 2 weeks like a book club. If you want to check out the RPG Years, you can find a link in the description below. Golden Sun is a pretty traditional turn-based RPG, complete with random encounters, an overworld, and puzzle-filled dungeons. The biggest defining feature of Golden Sun, however, is that its magic system is integrated into solving puzzles and locating hidden paths, using spells to move objects and clear obstacles. Also, the game features a Jin system, where you find little elemental creatures who can be joined to your party members to change stats, add new magic, and summon powerful entities. The game opens with a terrible thunderstorm in the village of Vale. We meet our protagonist, Isaac, as a small child who is trying to get to the town square while his parents and other adults of the village attempt to use their magical powers of synergy to stop a boulder from striking the village. Along the way, Isaac meets up with his friend Garrett before eventually stumbling upon two strange figures, Sataros and Minardi, who seemingly triggered the storm and who knock the duo out. Ultimately, the boulder strikes the village, killing numerous villagers, including Isaac's father and his friend Felix. 3 years later, Isaac, Garrett, and their friend Jenna are set to go on an expedition with the town scholar, Creighton. However, along the way to meet with Creighton, the duo once again stumble upon Sataros and Minardi and drop hints that they've visited the sealed Soul Sanctum before leaving. With this information, Creighton wants to investigate the Sanctum to see if they really did break in. Exploring the Sanctum, the team discovers a portal leading to an elemental realm with 4 pillars containing the elemental stars. After collecting 3 of the 4 stars, Sataros and Minardi show up, along with a masked figure, and take Creighton and Jenna hostage, demanding the elemental stars. Hoping to ensure that they will actually release Creighton and Jenna, the masked man reveals he's actually Felix, Jenna's brother who actually survived the boulder 3 years prior. When Isaac and Garrett retrieve the final elemental star, the realm begins to crumble. The mountain they are on begins to erupt, and Sataros' group retreat with Creighton and Jenna. Meanwhile, a mysterious figure appears and helps Isaac and Garrett to safety, along with protecting Vale from the volcanic eruption. Isaac and Garrett then decide to leave Vale and find and rescue Creighton and Jenna. Arriving in the nearby town of Vault, the duo learn that Sataros' group proceeded northwest to the Goma Range. Before they can leave town, however, they stumble upon an adept named Ivan who can read people's minds. In the aftermath of the eruption, some thieves stole a shaman's rod from the merchant Hammett, under whom Ivan worked. The duo help Ivan out the thieves and retrieve the rod, and Ivan sets off for the thieves' town of Lumpa to return the rod. However, Ivan cannot locate a way into Lumpa, and rushes to meet up with Isaac and Garrett with their quest at Goma Range. Crossing the range, the team arrives at the town of Bilbin, where a handful of villagers have been turned into small trees after cutting down trees in Colmena Forest. It seems as well that the entire town of Colima to the east have been turned into trees. The group also learns that Sataros' group continued northwest to the Mercury Lighthouse, and decide to help the townspeople first. The head of the town, Lord McCoy, is seeking adventurers to investigate the forest. McCoy, however, refuses to send children like Isaac on such a journey, refusing them a key to pass a barricade he built to the east. Despite this, one of McCoy's guards informs the group that the barricade can probably be passed without a key due to its poor construction. Passing the barricade, the team navigates Colima Forest until they're mentally attacked by an ominous voice, attempting to turn them into trees before their synergy powers create shields to protect them. Exploring onwards, they discover the trees of Laurel and Tret. Tret became enraged after the villagers of Bilbin began cutting down trees and is responsible for their current condition. Exploring the tree of Tret, the team locates his inner soul, which attacks them out of rage. Defeating Tret, he comes to his senses, feeling sorrow for what he did to the humans. However, he's too weak to cure them, and Laurel informs the group that the waters of Mercury Lighthouse could likely heal him. The team then sets off for the Mercury Lighthouse, traversing through Bilbin Cave to the northwest. Once through the cave, the team arrives in the village of Immel, near the Mercury Lighthouse. The town of Immel is suffering a light plague of colds. Many villagers are being treated by another synergy adept, Maya. While meeting with Maya, the lighthouse begins to glow, indicating an intruder had entered the lighthouse. Maya joins up with Isaac's group to investigate the lighthouse and find the intruder. At the top of the lighthouse, the group encounters Saturos' group, who had activated the lighthouse with the Mercury star. Saturos sends the group away to confront Isaac's party on his own. However, the lighthouse begins to sap Saturos' energy, weakening him enough to be defeated. Mia's cousin Alex then appears, seemingly having sided with Saturos, and helps him escape. Leaving the lighthouse, Mia agrees to continue along with Isaac, and the group grabs a bottle of water from the lighthouse before heading back to Colmena. Returning to Colmena, the group uses the lighthouse water to restore Tret's strength, who then releases the curse on the humans, but notes that an evil force has grown up to the south. And that's it for this segment of the Golden Sun RPG Club. I remember getting Golden Sun when it was originally released on the GBA. I believe I fell off pretty early in the game. Playing this section, it might have been Colmena Forest that turned me off. I remember struggling with the log puzzles, but playing it now didn't seem too difficult. The one thing that is still difficult is understanding the gen system. There are times during boss fights where my gens just changed, and I lost access to spells I needed, like Cure. I really need to dig into some info and learn more about the gen system and see how it works. From a story standpoint, I know we're just getting started, but it's been a little hard to follow where the game wants us to go without a guide. I think the developers might have wanted you to mind read or talk to every person in town to really understand what to do. With that said, the game does a good job of creating drama from the opening prologue to the abduction of Kraden and Jenna. This has provided a good push for the team to chase after Saturos and Minardi. I'm excited to continue the game, and it's on to segment 2. So that's it for this segment of the Golden Sun RPG Club. To follow along, be sure to hit that subscribe button to see new videos when they're posted. Additionally, if you want to check me out elsewhere, I have links to my Twitch, Twitter, and Discord in the description below. See you all next time.